is the Fox 5 News Block.
Developing on the news block, the search for the man who robbed and slashed a woman at a downtown subway station. And candidate for New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani representing and responding to a New York Times report that President Trump may intervene in the race to help defeat him. Good afternoon, I'm Bianca Peters. Welcome to the news block. Those stories in just a moment, but first, here's a live look outside right now. Taking a look, a little bit hazy out there, but we're talking about some of that clearing up. Let's bring in meteorologist Audrey Puente for a look at the forecast. Audrey, not the best looking view out there, but at least it's better than what we had the past couple of days.
That's true. A little bit of a haze out there, Bianca. It's sort of builded as we've been building as we gone along through our daytime hours here. But we are going to have improving air quality as we move along through tonight and into the end of the week here. It's also going to be warm and dry. No major storm systems are in sight. We have a nice weekend ahead of us, too, and we're also watching the tropics. There's some things that are brewing out in the Atlantic. But in the meantime, we have nice temperatures out there. We're at 78 in Central Park, same number in Islip, 73 out towards East Hampton, 80 degrees right now out towards Newark Liberty Airport, 77 down the shore in Belmar. These temperatures slightly higher than they were at this time yesterday. Our dew points are reflecting a very comfortable and dry atmosphere, so that's making it feel nice outside. Winds are relatively light, a little breezy at times. We could see them gusting to about 20 miles per hour, giving us that breeze as we move along through our afternoon. Not much is happening on the radar except to our north, where we're catching a couple of isolated showers in places like Ulster and Dutchess counties. But other than that, it's quiet across the tri-state area. So we are anticipating more in the way of sunshine today and dry conditions. Temperatures will be dropping into the 70s tonight and 60s by tomorrow morning. Bianca?
All right, Audrey, thanks so much. Now, to this, you can chat directly with a meteorologist. Log on to the Fox 5 YouTube channel at 3:30 this afternoon. You can speak with Audrey during a special live stream. You'll also get real-time forecasts and behind-the-scenes insights. That is coming up at 3:30 on the Fox 5 YouTube channel. All right, now to some developing news. Downtown police are asking for the public's help in catching a suspected subway slasher. They say the man approached a woman while she was boarding the subway at Wall Street, cut her, and then took off with her cell phone. Fox's Lisa Evers is at the scene in Lower Manhattan with more on this. Lisa.
Well, Bianca, two terrifying attacks on women in the subway system here in Manhattan just this week alone. That incident that you just mentioned happening here last night at the Wall Street number 3 train station for this woman. Police telling us that the armed robber, who was armed with a knife, stabbed her all over her body trying to steal her phone. And it's just the latest reason why women here who are riding the subway are on edge. Now, police sent out this surveillance video of the man they say viciously attacked a 29-year-old woman as it approached the Wall Street train station last night about 11:10. The woman was minding her own business when the suspect allegedly went over to her, slashed her in her left arm, her elbow, both her hands, and her back. Then he used force to get her phone away from her. She was rushed to Bellevue and is in stable condition. We spoke with a woman here in this area who works in this area, and this is what she told us she carries for protection. Here's what she said.
I'm definitely concerned every day. I do carry like pepper spray and safety precautions when I travel to and from work, but it's definitely concerning, so it's important to be vigilant and just be aware of your surroundings always.
Now, on Tuesday, police are telling us that a 25-year-old woman was stabbed in the back as she was going into the train station at West 23rd Street and 8th Avenue for no apparent reason, without any type of provocation, completely random attack. That suspect has been apprehended by police and is currently in custody. That's the latest here from Wall Street. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Bianca, back to you.
All right, Lisa, thank you so much. To this now, New York City health officials are investigating a Legionnaire's outbreak in Harlem that has killed 3 people and infected at least 70 others. Officials say you are at high risk for Legionnaire's disease if you are 50 or older, a smoker, and have chronic lung disease or weakened immune system. If you're exhibiting symptoms including fever, chills, muscle aches, and a cough, you're urged to seek medical attention right away. And candidate for New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani responding to a New York Times report that one of his opponents is conspiring against him. The Times reported that Andrew Cuomo, whom Mamdani defeated in the Democratic primary, talked with President Trump about a plan to defeat Mamdani in November. Today, Mamdani accused Cuomo of prioritizing his own self-interests over what's best for the people of New York.
It is knowledge that is a betrayal of everything that we stand for as New Yorkers. It is knowledge that disappoints us, and yet it does not surprise us, because it builds on a history that we have seen with this former governor, a history of trying to hide that which he knows is offensive to the values of this city from the people of this city.
I've discussed this.
A spokesperson for Cuomo and President Trump himself have denied the two men have had any discussions about the mayoral race. Meanwhile, Mayor Adams cut the ribbon on his new campaign office in Brooklyn today. Community leaders and supporters joined Adams for this ceremony. That office is located in Old Mill Basin and it's going to serve as the Brooklyn headquarters for campaign operations. The opening marks of the first of several campaign offices to open across all 5 boroughs. All right, changes made to improve New York's discovery laws take effect today. The amendments were passed as part of the state's 2026 budget agreement. Discovery laws govern the sharing of evidence between prosecutors and defendants. Governor Hochul says the changes will stop dangerous criminals from walking free by preventing cases from being thrown out on minor technicalities and by narrowing the scope of required disclosures. Meanwhile, developing international news now, plans are coming together for President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin to meet in a matter of days to discuss an end to the war in Ukraine. Fox's Rebecca Castor is following the very latest from Washington.
More than 3 years after Russian troops invaded Ukraine, the U.S. might be the closest it's been yet to negotiating an end to the war.
We had some very good talks with President Putin today. There's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
It was breaking news in Moscow. Russian President Vladimir Putin asked for a face-to-face sit-down with Trump after a productive meeting with U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff Wednesday.
For the first time, perhaps since this administration began, we have some concrete examples of the kinds of things that Russia would ask for in order to end the war. Obviously, the Ukrainians have a say in this.
But whether Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky will be invited to the meeting remains to be seen. The White House wants him there, but Putin is pushing back.
I have nothing against this opportunity, but certain conditions should be created for this. Sadly, we are quite far from creating such conditions.
Putin's desire to meet with Trump comes after the U.S. threatened to hit Russia with more economic sanctions if progress on a ceasefire isn't made by Friday. The White House is also targeting countries that buy Russian oil, hitting India with higher tariffs and threatening more.
Once we cut Russia off with their main income supply, they will be crippled.
All signs indicate a meeting between Trump and Putin will happen in the coming days. The Russian president says the United Arab Emirates could be the host. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox 5 News.
Well, to this now, 6 soldiers have been awarded medals for helping save lives in Wednesday's shooting at Fort Stewart in Georgia. The 6 soldiers tackled the gunman, 28-year-old Sergeant Cornelius Radford, and provided first aid to the injured soldiers. Radford, who is stationed at Fort Stewart, is accused of shooting 5 fellow soldiers in a barrage of bullets. All the wounded are expected to recover. And people living in the tri-state area are used to high rent and high home prices. But in one local community, it seems the building boom could actually be bringing prices down. Fox 5's Richard Giacobis is in New Rochelle with the numbers.
Everywhere you look, skyscrapers dot the map of the Queen City of the Sound, a city that now reigns above most of her suburban neighbors when it comes to finding a place to live.
I mean, I've seen New Rochelle shoot up with the amount of buildings and structures.
Over the past decade, New Rochelle has come a long way with its development. The city council approving 4,500 new rental housing units since 2015, with another 6,500 coming in the next several years. A whopping 37% increase in apartments compared to 10 years ago. And it's because of all that development why New Rochelle is one of the few places in the country where rents are staying affordable.
There is supply that is meeting the demand, and that's allowing for rents to stay super competitive.
According to Apartment List, New Rochelle's median rent is in fact down 2% from 2020 to 2023. Compare that to rents that were rising by double digits nationally during that same time frame.
Right now, we've authorized 31 buildings, and we're about 2/3 of those being completed. So let's just see what happens when we finish up. 11,000 units, 11,000 kitchen table moments, 31 buildings.
Mayor Yadira Ramos Herbert credits supply exceeding demand, where private developers are guaranteed an approval to break ground within 90 days. Vincent Cayola is a real estate broker for Houlihan Lawrence.
So people are coming to Westchester, more specifically New Rochelle, for more space, affordable renting where you can actually have over 1,000 square feet.
This is just one example of some prime real estate in the heart of New Rochelle. One Clinton Park, a 28-story luxury high-rise built back in 2022 that is 92% occupied, according to the mayor. And she believes that more skyscrapers like these could be on the horizon. She also hopes that more cities across the U.S. take a page out of New Rochelle's playbook. In downtown New Rochelle, Richard Giacobas, Fox 5 News.
Well, Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband and former manager has passed away. TMZ reporting Brandon Blackstock passed away this morning after battling cancer for 3.5 years. Clarkson announced that she was postponing her Las Vegas residency because of her ex-husband's health issues, explaining she needed to be with her children. The couple were married in 2013 and divorced in 2022. They had 2 children together, and Blackstock was 48. All right, let's take a live look outside again. One last hazy look at the forecast here, but meteorologist Audrey Puente back in saying it's going to be kind of nice the next at least 7 days.
It is. We have comfortable temperatures out there, Bianca, and more importantly, comfortable levels of humidity, too. We have an influence of high pressure. That's keeping things in control here over the northeast. And we also have a couple of isolated showers off to the north here in parts of the Capital District near Albany. Other than that, it's relatively quiet across the Great Lakes, especially down towards the mid-Atlantic and northeast here. Look at the future cast shows that those showers will kind of dissipate tonight. We'll be left with mostly clear skies. And tomorrow we'll do it all over again. We're expecting mostly sunny conditions, a little more blue in our sky cover. And it looks like we'll take that good weather right into the weekend, too. Saturday and Sunday look fabulous. Plenty of sunshine. Our temperatures will start warming up into the middle to upper 80s by then. And then we could see a heat wave next week as our highs will be back into the 90s. Today, though, we're looking at highs mostly in the 70s and 80s across the region. They're actually below normal for this time of year. And tonight we'll drop back into the 50s in parts of the Hudson Valley, 66 here in the city. We'll be at 83 tomorrow. We're in the mid 80s for Saturday, upper 80s for Sunday, and then it turns much hotter next week. Bianca?
All right, Audrey, sounds good. Thanks so much. Well, a new chatbot helps visitors plan their trip to the Big Apple. It is called Libby, after the Statue of Liberty. Users can customize an itinerary with the help of AI travel assistant Guide Geek. Libby is programmed for 60 different languages. It's being rolled out next year with the World Cup in mind. All right, that is a news block. I'm Bianca Peters. Thanks for joining us. Tune in to the 5 o'clock news on Fox 5 and right here on Fox Local for all of the day's news.